Edinboro Television. I'm Michaela Leahy.
And I'm Brady Wesp, and this is your weekly news update.
Edinboro University's homecoming brought another success this year as several guests and floats appeared on the streets of Edinboro Saturday morning. The festivities started off for students as the Homecoming 2015 King and Queen were announced inside Cole Auditorium. Bradley Hill from Phi Kappa Psi and Colleen O'Leary from Zeta Tau Alpha were given the royal titles Friday night from Edinboro University President Dr. Julie E. Woolman. ETV brought you coverage from the front steps of Compton Hall as the parade was underway. Guests from as far as Pittsburgh celebrate homecoming with the theme of Hollywood. Several of Edinboro University organizations such as Greek Life, Edinboro's Paranormal Society, and Campus Media followed police escorts through the town. The parade ended and the homecoming football game started as the Fighting Scots took on the Clarion Golden Eagles. ETV Sports Director Tyler Trumbauer will give you the outcome of that game in his Fighting Scots Sports Report later in the newscast.
The National Alliance for the Mentally Ill of Erie County hosted a free discussion panel last Wednesday, October 7th at Edinboro University. The panel was held to educate students, faculty, and community members about mental illness and the local services available for those living with an illness. The panel consisted of several prominent individuals who have firsthand experience in the mental health field or have been personally afflicted by a mental illness. The experienced panelists shared their personal experiences and gave advice as to how to seek help and cope with a mental illness. NAMI also placed 1,100 backpacks around Compton Hall last Wednesday in honor of the students who have committed suicide at college within the past year. For more information about NAMI or mental illness education opportunities, go to www.namierie.org/about.
Saturday night was a battle as several communication and journalism majors battled in a lip-sync contest. ETV's own Drew Patrick battled alongside WFSC's general manager Mike Fenner while lip-singing Magic by B.O.B. Dr. Kathleen Golden gave her lip-singing interpretation of Let It Go from Disney's Frozen. The event was packed full of fun and enthusiasm from the filled lecture hall.
Another college shooting days after Oregon and a hero from overseas injured on American soil. Keep watching.
Just days after a college shooting in Oregon, an overnight confrontation at an Arizona college in Flagstaff left 1 dead and 3 injured. According to the Associated Press, 18-year-old Stephen Jones, a freshman at Northern Arizona University, opened fire for 4 fraternity brothers from Delta Chi. The university identified the student who was killed as Colin Bra. University officials are stating that it was an isolated incident and classes were scheduled at normal times the next day.
United States First-Class Airman Spencer Stone, the hero in the terrorist attack on a French train, was stabbed on American soil. According to CNN.com, Stone was with his friends when an unknown altercation took place in which Stone was inflicted with stab wounds. Stone was one of 5 men who stopped a gun attack on a European train. Stone and the others were awarded with France's highest recognition, the Legion of Honor. His latest condition was critical last Thursday, but is intended to make a full recovery.
It was a slow week on the campaign trail, but Sarah will give us an update of the poll numbers this week in her Political Watch. We also take a look at Edinboro's weekly forecast, and we'll see the highlights from this week's sporting events with Tyler Trumbauer. Keep watching.
Good evening, Edinboro, and welcome to your weekly political update. I'm Sarah Gillingham. The Washington Post reported late last week that Republican Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy has withdrawn his candidacy for Speaker of the House after John Boehner announced his upcoming resignation just a couple of weeks ago. The California Republican shocked many with his announcement after being considered a favorite to take Boehner's place and was expected to win the support of his fellow colleagues in the race for Speaker.
I think I shocked some of you, huh? Shh. Listen. We've been going through this campaign, talking to a lot of members, but the one thing I've always said to earn this majority, we're servants. We should put this conference first. And I think there's something to be said for us to unite. We probably need a fresh face. I'll stay on as majority leader, but the one thing I found in talking to everybody, if we are going to unite and be strong, we need a new face to help do that. So nothing more than that. I feel good about the decision. I feel great to have my family here, my colleagues. I think we're only going to be stronger.
McCarthy's campaign has been met with controversy the past few days after comments he made in a television interview in which some thought he appeared to suggest that the main purpose of the Select Committee on Benghazi was to damage Secretary Hillary Clinton's poll numbers.
I knew you'd want to ask it. What you're going to see is a conservative speaker that takes a conservative Congress that puts a strategy to fight and win. And let me give you one example. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. Why? Because she's untrustable. But no one...
Republican Congressman and Chairman of the Select Committee on Benghazi, Trey Gowdy, had this to say about McCarthy's comments.
Well, Kevin's wrong, and I would ask your viewers and everyone else, frankly, those that are suspicious and those that have been supportive, to don't focus on the words that people who are not on the committee use. Focus on the actions of those of us who have been on the committee for the last year and a half. And Megan, out of the 54 witnesses that we have interviewed, 41 of whom, by the way, no other committee interviewed, not a single one of them has been named Clinton. Of the 50,000 documents, new documents that we have accessed, less than 5% have anything to do with her. And if you look at the public hearings we've had so far, her name has not crossed my lips.
So it's not all about Hillary Clinton. That's your point. It's not all about her. But let me ask you,
she was the Secretary of State at all relevant times, so we'd be crazy not to talk to her.
Mm-hmm. Though stating his controversial comments were part of the reason behind the suspension of his campaign, he maintains that in order to unite Republicans and Democrats, the House needs a, quote, fresh face. The Washington Post also reports that McCarthy stated he will maintain his post as majority leader and plans to seek re-election in 2016. After leading in the polls last week, Dr. Ben Carson found himself in hot water earlier this week after some comments he made regarding the recent mass shooting on the Umpqua Community College campus earlier this month.
But Dr. Carson, if a gunman walks up and puts a gun at you and says, "What religion are you?" that is the ultimate test of your faith.
I'm glad you asked that question, because not only would I probably not cooperate with him, I would not just stand there and let him shoot me. I would say, hey guys, everybody attack him. He may shoot me, but he can't get us all.
Dr. Carson was met with both criticism as well as defense of the comments made on Fox and Friends and took the opportunity last week to clarify his comments.
Basically what I said is that when tyranny occurs traditionally around the world, they try to disarm the people first. And that's exactly, what happened in Germany. In the mid to late 30s, they started a program of disarming the people, and by the mid 40s, look at what had happened. And it's happened in a number of other countries as well. Daniel Webster said tyranny would never occur in America because the people are armed. So there's a reason that we have the Second Amendment. And it doesn't mean that I'm not happy to look at ways to keep these tragedies from occurring as long as they don't interfere with the Second.
Despite his controversial comments, Carson still maintains a second-place standing, trailing 19 points behind Donald Trump in a recent New Hampshire Republican primary poll. Be sure to tune in next week for more coverage of the Democratic presidential candidates following the first of the Democratic presidential debates, airing on CNN October 13th at 8:30 p.m. According to Fortune.com, CNN confirms that viewers will be able to live stream the debate for free and without a cable password on CNN.com's homepage or across its mobile platforms. And finally, tonight we had the latest poll numbers for the top 6 candidates in each party via RealClearPolitics.com. Coming in first place amongst Republican candidates is Donald Trump with 32 percentage points, followed by Ben Carson with 13 points. Ohio Governor John Kasich comes in third place with 10 points, and in a three-way tie amongst Republican candidates, we have former business executive Carly Fiorina, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio, all tied with 8 points. Switching gears now to the Democratic candidates, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders pulling ahead with 33 percentage points, followed closely by Secretary Hillary Clinton with 30 points. Unannounced Vice President Joe Biden continues to maintain his third-place standing with 11 points. Former Governor of Maryland Martin O'Malley comes in fourth place with 2 points. And in a two-way tie amongst Democratic candidates, we have former Virginia Senator Jim Webb and former Governor of Rhode Island Lincoln Chafee, each with 1 point. And that's all the political news we have for you tonight. Covering the right and the left, down the middle, this is Sarah Gillingham. I hope you all have a wonderful night.
How you guys doing, everybody? My name is Caleb Richardson, and this is your Fighting Scots weather report. This is your national map here. We are experiencing more high-pressure systems, but they will soon be dissipating, and we will be having low-pressure systems coming in. We still have some more rain in the southern states from Hurricane Joaquin over the weekend, so hopefully that will all dissipate, and the flooding will, soon, go away, so there's no more problems. We have some low pressures up north in the Pennsylvania, Edinboro region, more so up here, so that's why we're experiencing more cloudy, cold weather. So that's what's going to be going on in the next few days as far as high and low pressure systems go. Our 5-day forecast is looking like 66 today, 66 degrees with a low of 50. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're experiencing partly cloudy with 59 degrees as the high and 43 as the low. Thursday is going to be sunny all day with a 66 as the high and 46 as the low. Friday, we're going to be experiencing somewhat of showers at 63 degrees and 39 as the low. And Saturday, we're going to be experiencing partly cloudy with some chance of showers, 54 degrees and 34 as the low. So that is your 5-day forecast in the Edinboro region. I am Caleb Richardson. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Welcome to this week's Fighting Scots Sports Report. I am Tyler Trumbauer. Homecoming was Saturday, and campus hosted a triple header of Edinboro athletics action. The main event of them all was the football game, as the Scots hosted Clarion at Sox Harrison Stadium. Edinboro was searching for its first win of the season, while Clarion came in undefeated, the best start for the Golden Eagles since 1983. Clarion received the opening kickoff of the afternoon, went right down the field, finishing with this connection from Connor Simmons to Kevin Ginevro. Jumping to the second quarter, Clarion leading 13-10. Simmons hit Matt Lehman with a perfect strike. Now it's 19-10. Clarion after Burrow blocked the PAT. Edinboro's defensive line did well on Saturday, though, sacked Connor Simmons 4 times on the afternoon. Edinboro had back-to-back turnovers, which Clarion turned into points, but Sisson ran in the final touchdown of the day. However, the Golden Eagles won 36-23. Borough football will make the short trek up I-79 to face the Gannon Golden Knights on Thursday night at 7 p.m. You can hear that contest on WFSC 88.9, EdinboroNow.com, or the TuneIn app with Mike Fenner and myself on the call. The women's volleyball team had 2 home matches as part of the homecoming festivities this past weekend. Before the 2 weekend matches, the Scots started the week off right with a sweep of Slippery Rock. Vic Severo and Mara Maycock led the way for the Borough. Then the weekend matches was a battle of local rivals, with Gannon and Mercyhurst making trips to Macomb Fieldhouse in back-to-back days. Borough downed Gannon in straight sets in a battle of the top 2 squads in the Western Division on Friday night, and then defeated Mercyhurst on Saturday night 3-1, with the PSAC kills leader Shallon Litweiler adding to her total with 13 kills in the match. The ladies hit the road for the final PSAC East-West crossover. They take on Cheney and Kutztown on Friday and face Westchester and East Stroudsburg on Saturday. The women's soccer team had a pair of games last week, hosting Mercyhurst and visiting Bloomsburg. Edinboro shut out Mercyhurst on Wednesday to win its 3rd straight match. Alexis Becker and Haley Hammer netted the 2 goals for the Scots. On Saturday, Bloomsburg got the best of Borough, winning 2-1. Allie Camp scored first for Bloom, but Grace Carrickey scored on a header to tie the matchup. However, Rachel Yanni scored the go-ahead and match-winning goal. The Scots visit Gannon on Tuesday before returning home to host Kutztown on Saturday, which you can see live on ETV, which is also the first of a 3-match homestand, the final home matches for the ladies this regular season. The cross-country team stayed local on Saturday to wrap up their 2015 regular season. Most of Borough's top runners sat the finale out in prep for the PSAC championship, but Becca Bond was in the race on Saturday, making her 2015 debut after recovering from an injury. She finished 10th. A trio of freshmen represented Borough in the men's race. Brady Diener was the first Fighting Scot to cross the line. The biggest meets of the season are up next for the cross-country squads. First is the PSAC Championship on October 24th at Slippery Rock. The men's and women's tennis teams were a part of the homecoming festivities as well this past weekend, as they hosted John Carroll on Saturday in their fall finale. The men left triumphant, winning 7-2 against John Carroll. The Scots swept the singles competition with their only losses coming in the doubles portion of the match. The women's team fell to John Carroll by the same outcome, 7-2, for its first loss of the season. Laura Lopez at number 2 singles and Tatiana Batala at number 5 singles earned the 2 victories on the day for the ladies. The ladies were scheduled to face Alderson Brodus on Sunday, but that match was postponed. That concludes the fall portion of the 2015-16 season for Edinboro tennis. The squads return to competition on February 20th against Walsh. That's all for this week. Follow us on Twitter at ETV Sports to stay up to date on all the latest borough athletic happenings.
The Laugh Riot Performing Arts Company will be performing Shakespeare's classic Macbeth, beginning Thursday, October 15th at 7 o'clock at the Diebold Center for the Performing Arts. When 3 witches present Macbeth with a prophecy that he will become king, he and his wife descend down a dark path to ensure it becomes a reality, no matter the cost. The play will run for the next 2 weekends, and the final showing will be on Sunday, October 25th. For more information, please visit their website at laughrioterie.com. News we have this week.
To stay up to date on Edinboro current events, visit edinboronow.com. Stay plat, Edinboro, and have a good night.